Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1210th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. Good evening, traders. Just let me tell you that this video is being filmed on Thursday night for trading Friday, and OTAPMA is just doing fantastic, and it looks like these markets are going to continue to take off. Let me tell you that futures trading can be extremely risky and can cause substantial financial loss, and is certainly not suitable for all traders. And always place stops. Place them first. And I'll tell you right now, stops don't always work, right? Even stops can be overran, but you cannot trade without them. All right, traders, so in video 1210 on Thursday night for trading Friday, where we left off was I showed you that the markets were about to make a run for new yearly highs, and I showed you a few charts, and then I showed you something interesting on this chart, so we're going to go over it again. And here's what's really interesting. From this peak to this trough, right, was the last time we broke down under the Omni, and then we rallied up, and we broke down under the Omni. So I went and looked at a few of the drops, and let me tell you right now, watch this. From the peak to the trough, right, from the peak to the trough is this long. As long as this line, it gets under the Omni and then races for a new high. So if you look right here, from the peak to the trough is the exact same move. It has ducked under Omni, and it is about to run up for new highs, and that is where we're going. So a pullback to OTAPMA we did get. Now it is right back in the saddle, and it looks like we will make that run for new highs. So continue to buy the dips as I've been instructing you at livewithoscar.com. But we're not done yet. We've got a few charts to look at here. Look at this one. Trade is the Dow Jones Transportation Average, right? Look at this one. Hits through the line, through OTAPMA, runs to a new high. Down through OTAPMA, runs to a new high. Never gets near OTAPMA, finally gets down through OTAPMA, should run and hit a new high. OTAPMA is the OMNI Trading Academy's proprietary moving average, and it seems to work really well if used properly. So once we dip into OTAPMA, we usually get a new high, and that is likely what will come, or at least a nice run towards that area, and that's about all we need because we're day traders. So that's two. I've got another chart, a pretty little chart I want to show you. E-mini S&P, this is what we all love to trade, right? Down into OTAPMA, up to new highs. No different here. Down into OTAPMA, up to new highs. Down into OTAPMA, up to new highs is where this bad boy is going. You make sure you buy the dips, or of course with stops in, and stay at my site livewithoscar.com, and I'll certainly keep you abreast on what's coming next. And then we got another little pretty chart here. Look at this one. This is the dollar index, right? The U.S. dollar index. Let me just label it in case you don't know what it is. And on the dollar index, you're going to find this interesting too. On the dollar index weekly chart. Now, this is a weekly chart, and that disappeared, didn't it? Let me do that one more time because I want you to see the label. All right, so the dollar index on a weekly bar chart, that's this right here, what we're looking at. So each one of these green bars is one full week's worth of trading. You will note that if you get above OTAPMA, you stay above. Look at the arrow here, the test, the arrow here with the test, the test, the test, stayed above, boom, stayed above, boom, stayed above. Then it gets below, right, at the red arrow. Comes down, stays below, drops, hits, stays below, drops again. This time, settles above. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. This is looking good, traders. And if you go back, you'll see the dollar has been doing this for a while now. So it didn't just start. The dollar index looks fantastic for the upside if this continues above my OTAPMA. So looking good there. And then, of course, the way this all began was me showing you the tranny. I showed you two different versions. You gotta love what you're seeing here in the transportation average. It just looks fantastic. It looks like we're going to take off and continue moving higher. And remember this little trick from the peak to the trough was this distance right here. The peak to the trough, the same distance. What happened after this peak to trough? We rallied to a new high, hit the Omni, went for a new high. What should happen after this peak to trough? the very same thing. A new high should come our way. Traders, I hope these videos are helping to keep you in tune with markets and how to use technical analysis. Please come on down to livewithoscar.com, and always remember to keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things I can do, it's an exercise. I want you to say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Traders, thank you so much for coming to my videos, and I'll see you at livewithoscar.com.